In the UK, we buy 7 million second-hand cars every year.
Done.
Whether it's online or at the forecourt, we all want a good runner at a low price.
I'm thinking there's room for negotiation.
Some of the best bargains are to be found here at car auctions.
40, 50, 60, 70, even 80, 90.
Where dealers can make a good living.
Sold to you, sir. Well bought.
Buying cheap to sell for a big profit.
I'll buy anything if it's cheap enough.
I've got money and I'm not afraid to spend it.
1,000.
It's a world of rivalry.
Every time you keep trying to sting me, it's going to happen to you, mate, I'm telling you.
The number one thing is give it the poker face. That's the bottom line.
Underestimate me at your peril.
And risk.
If you change your mind, the second that hammer's gone down, it's too late.
It's always a gamble. These cars are someone else's trouble.
37.50, that's a good offer.
It's going one.
If they're lucky, they can bag a luxury car for small change.
For a great-looking retro 1980s Porsche at 950, your vehicle. Well done.
But get it wrong, and they'll end up blowing thousands on a scrapper. Lady Luck has smiled on some second-hand car dealers more than others. Scott Mahoney's made enough money to enjoy the finer things in life.
There's a lot of footballers, celebrities live around here. Ashley Cole used to live there, so did Cheryl Cole. Lamar's a couple of doors down, Dennis Bergkamp. It's not unusual to see someone famous in the local coffee shop up there.
Scott's a big player, or so he thinks.
I've dealt with the Sultan of Brunei, Saudi royal family, and some of the richest people in Britain. I've got them on my mobile number. It's, they all know me.
Up-and-coming entrepreneur Jim Lewis is still dreaming of the big time.
Ah, look at this, lovely. Very nice. My palace awaits.
Along with second-hand cars and a lookalike agency, he's got fingers in lots of pies.
People be queuing up to live in here. Nice, I like it.
For his latest venture, he's convinced he can make a bit of cash subletting caravans.
I can see some money in this place, I tell you. I reckon my luck's in with this one. I could earn a few quid out of this. Ka-ching!
Whatever their lifestyle, the dealers are united by their hunger for a bargain. Today, they're off to an auction that's advertised some attractive cars online.
I'm super excited because there's two cars that I'm particularly interested in. So I'm really looking forward to having a look at them and seeing what they're worth. I like to make a bit of dough.
I love watching the other dealers waste their money. It makes my day. I always go on the train and I always bring my dealer plates. I'm always ready to buy. If I've got my plates with me, it means I can drive the car straight back.
600,000 cars a year are sold at auction, but 90% are nabbed by dealers. And they dominate the small auctions in particular, like this one in Charlton, London.
You want to have a good look round, make sure it's in good condition. You don't want to end up with something that's going to cost you a lot of money to repair, because I'm looking at it just like a potential buyer's going to look at it.
Nice, tidy interior. Little things on these cars. Look. You've got a steering wheel cover that shows that someone's cared about it.
In these places, cars are sold as seen. But for those willing to take a risk, there's serious profit to be made.
Well, this is quite nicely spec'd, actually.
But there's no chance of a test drive.
Looking around it, it doesn't seem too bad, but there's always a reason why a car is in the auction.
Every car in here has got some kind of an issue. You need to build that issue into the price of the car. So this should really be worth close to £2,000, but you can't really be paying more than 600-700 quid for it at the most.
But it's not just the cars the dealers have to size up. It's their rivals too. Veteran Scott's been in the business for 15 years and doesn't take kindly to new competition.
Well, I mean, if we were a football team, I'd be sort of Barcelona. You'd be like the Red Lion Sunday League team, wouldn't you?
Why are you looking at this? This is well out of your price range.
Oh, there we go. Money with no brains is dangerous.
Today's auction has 60 cars up for grabs. 3 of them are just for our dealers to bid on.
Is there nothing you wouldn't buy?
Oh, you can shout. What are you buying?
1, 2, 1, 2.
The first car up today is a Corsa.
Lot 47, the Vauxhall Corsa. It's a little active model. It's a 1200cc. It's registered in 2004.
On a forecourt, an 11-year-old Corsa in good condition could set you back up to 1,400 quid. But at car auctions, prices are all to play for.
What do you reckon, Chris?
I love these, mate. I sell them all day. All day, every day.
I thought it was a bit of you.
The great thing about Corsas is they sell really quickly. New drivers love them.
Corsas are in demand because they're so fuel efficient.
What's the mileage, mate? 112,000.
And it's quickly in demand here too.
I could sell this in a heartbeat. People will have your arm off for this.
Tell me about it. I'm looking at this interior and I'm thinking, mint. That means money.
Tell me, anywhere you like? Little Corsa.
£200.
2 bid, 200. £200 bid of 200.
It's a little car for you, isn't it, fella?
50 bid, 250 bid, 250, 300 there, 300.
I really want this car.
I want this car.
There, 350, ladies bid at 350. 50 bid, 450. At 550, loads of history. 6 bid, 600. 625 at the back of the car, 6 1/4. At 625, who's got 50?
With Mel and Jim out, it looks like Chris has his ride home.
625,
That's mine.
You reckon?
Yep. The hammers up at 6 1/4 once. 6,250.
But Scott has other ideas.
Right, Scotty. This ain't a car for you, mate.
Scott's just doing this to look flash.
650, Lily Candy.
Do you want that? You're going to have to overbid him now.
No, it's overpaid.
Your car, sir, thank you.
Oh, Baggill, what a result. That's a bargain.
You're not going to make nothing out of this, mate. There's no profit in that. Once you paid your fees, once you get it home, you ain't going to sell it, mate, and then they're going to barter you down to 850. Yeah, then your profit's going to go down,
Next
mate.
car, let's see who gets it, mate.
He's not going to make any money out of that car. It's a joke.
Scott may have a lavish lifestyle, but he's just bagged a penny-conscious little runaround.
I'm not too proud to make £200 profit. £200 is a meal out for my missus.
The second car up is another of Britain's best-selling motors, the Ford Focus.
The attention to this vehicle will be the bargain of the day. Z-Tech Focus.
On a forecourt, a good Focus of this age could sell for around £1,700. While servicing and parts for a Ford are inexpensive, the resale value isn't as strong as some other hatchbacks.
I like these cars, the Focuses. They're a good seller.
Each of the dealers has to quickly work out how much it is worth to them.
The engine sounds good. I can't hear no rattles. It seems like a little reliable motor.
Bit dirty, isn't it?
Jesus Christ.
Have you seen the rust on this car? This is a no-go.
Oh, this car's a pile of scrap, mate. I know. Have you just seen the floor pan on it? It's horrendous, man.
From 20 miles away, this Focus looks lovely. But when you get within half a mile, it's a dog.
You seen this? 1 month's MOT.
That's no good.
Nope. No, it's not.
You know what? These are cheap and cheerful little motors. Reliable as hell.
Cheap hoops, mate.
Cheap heaps. They're good cars, mate. You ain't got a clue. By the time I'm finished with it, it'll look like someone's treasure.
You tell me, anywhere you like.
20 quid, 20 quid.
20, all right, £20 bid. It's cheap, it's on sale. £30 bid. At £30, it's on sale.
Every car is worth something, so most dealers follow Jim's lead. But only up to what they think the car's worth.
60. At £60 it goes, he sells them 70 in the middle at 70. £100. £100 behind you.
At 100, a classic auction tactic begins.
50.
If I can get Jim to waste his money on this car, I might have more chance of getting the next car.
I know Jim's going to buy this. He thinks I'm interested, and I'm not.
As a newcomer, Jim's eagerness is all too clear, and his rival dealers take no prisoners.
I can see Jim's enthusiasm for this car, so I'm going to push him to his limits.
110 bid, 110 and 20 bid, 120.
Bid him up, get him up there.
At 140, who's got 50? 150, the ladies.
The penny drops, and Jim realises what they're up to.
Mel, what are you doing?
Even the auctioneers spotted the trick.
Come on! They all think this is junk, but I'll tell you what, I know loads of people would buy this. They don't care what it looks like.
270, the hammer's up once. 270 twice at 270.
Put the hammer down!
Let him have it.
Let him have it.
Yours.
Bloody hell.
Jim, what have you done, man?
What do you mean what I've done? I bought a nice little mower. This will make someone a right nice deal, I tell you.
Crazy boy.
If Jim makes a profit on this Focus, I'm a monkey's uncle.
It's got 1 month's MOT on it.
1 month's MOT, that's nothing. But that reflects on the price that I got it for. It's a cheap deal. I'll probably make more on this car than any other car that I bought.
I'll tell you what, this is a bargain.
There's no time to settle this argument before the auctioneer announces the last car.
119 coming in now. Little surprise lot here. Look.
Car auctions can be a good place to pick up unusual vehicles. London taxis are increasingly collectible. And on a forecourt, one like this could set you back up to £2,000, if it's in good nick.
I've never seen a taxi in an auction before, and I've always wanted one. Do you know what? I really like this.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
You know what?
What?
So do I.
Oh, you're a copycat or what?
This taxi drives in, and you know what I'm thinking? Money.
Seems to be quite a bit of damage on this.
It's seen the walls. I mean, I wouldn't touch this with a barge pole.
Anyway, you like, either way, £100 bid. £100 for the London taxi at 150 bid, 150. At 150.
It's a three-way race between Walter, Mel and Jim.
At 300, who's got 50? 50 at the back of the car at 350. At £400, who's got 50? 50 bid over there in the black at 450. 500.
Price is everything on this thing.
500.
Every time Mel bids, Jim matches her.
I'm going to have to spend quite a lot of money on this, so I can only go to 500 quid.
£500 bid of 500, it is on sale at 550, up there at 550. At 550.
Oh, don't do that, Jim. Come on.
Well, money's money.
The hammer's up, 550 once. 550 twice at 550. Also a cheap taxi.
Thank you very much.
It went,
Thank you very much.
I know profit, and that is profit sitting there.
Fair play to him. He's got a good one there.
Who wants to lift home?
No, thanks. We're in a rush.
So 2 dealers have bought 3 cars. But that was the easy part. The highs of an auction and dreams of big money can often be followed by a bump back to reality.
Jim seems to think he's a trader, but it's obvious that he's a scrap dealer.
Huh. There's another hole here as well.
Second-hand car dealer Jim Lewis has just spent £270 on a Ford Focus. At first glance, it looked in great condition, but he's yet to look underneath.
What I'm looking here for is to see if the seal's all right. And to me, this is really not right. This is really bad, really bad. Huh. There's another hole here as well. I've really got stung with this. Really got stung. Really got stung.
The underside of a car is vulnerable to the elements, making it easy for grime and water to collect over time.
Maybe it's been left in a field for about 6 to 8 months, even a year. With all the moisture of a field, always hits the bottom, it's bound to rust. I now know why this car was put into auction.
Scott's 650 bid won him a little run-around Corsa.
I'm very pleased so far with it. The problem with the Corsa is sometimes the cam belt or the timing belt goes, so I'll just have a listen to that. That's perfect. I'm happy with it. It's got a quarter of a tank, so that saves £15 as well. All these little things add up.
With years of experience, Scott knows it's the little things that help sell cars quickly.
When you're trying to sell a car, never leave it empty, because the first person is going to think, that's going to cost me 20 quid.
Having already taken a risk on one car, it's vital for Jim that this taxi is sound.
Now, these taxis are prone to rust around the wheel arches. Fingers crossed this ain't got no rust around it. And I'll tell you what, if it hasn't, I'm going to be laughing. Ah, look at this. This is absolutely superb. It's clean. There's no rust at all around these arches. I think I've got a right bargain here. It's even got these taxi ramps. It's so that the disabled can get in the car a bit more easier. These are worth 70 quid alone if you sell them on an auction site. Really pleased with this vehicle. Really pleased.
For Mel, this auction was a washout.
I'm absolutely gutted that I didn't get that taxi. Absolutely gutted. I went there today with a plan that I was going to get it, and I stupidly mentioned to Jim that I was interested in it. And all it's done is reconfirm to me that I really, really want one.
But for the man who stole her taxi, all that should be left is for him to drive it away.
I love it. I love this vehicle. It's so London. Well, let's start her up. Right, bit of a problem. It's totally dead. That tells me that the battery is absolutely kaput. That's going to cost me another 100 quid. But I'm still laughing, because I know that the amount of profit I can make in this vehicle is going to be blinding.
Many of the cars that dealers buy at auctions go straight onto websites like Gumtree or eBay. Scott puts his Corsa online without doing anything to it at all. And Jim advertises his cab on taxi collector sites. But he can't list his £270 Focus until he works out if it's even safe to drive.
Basically, mate, the whole side skirt is like a sieve. It'll have to be whole cut out around about there and just replated and redone and welded and sprayed. So how much are we talking if I wanted to get the work done, Lee? We're looking at around about 150 quid. It's not worth doing it, mate. Oh, don't say that. Ain't worth it, no, mate. No? No. Great.
There's only a month's MOT left on the car, so it could soon need more repairs. It looks like Jim's losing his Focus.
This is gutting. Proper gutting.
While Jim's down in the dumps, Scott's up on his luck. He's got his first potential buyer from his ad. A man after a motor for his missus.
I think I can see you. Oh, yeah, all right, see you, mate, bye. It's a lovely running car. It's 1,200 miles.
After 15 years of selling, Scott's patter is well honed.
You can get a small little wardrobe in there, you see, things like that, filing cabinets. It's a practical car, 3-door, low on insurance, and you can use it for a couple of months. You still get your money back.
Just looking at the alloys, it's a bit scratched up.
It's 11 years old, mate. It adds character.
Yeah, it's not an antique though, is it? What's the car up for?
Only £1,200.
But I can't pay £1,200. Are you open to offers on that?
A little bit.
A little bit. I can give you £1,000.
I see your money.
Yeah.
OK, mate. All right. Thanks. No, nice car, that, mate. You've done well there.
When all seems lost, there's one final place for a second-hand car dealer to try and claw some money back, along with his pride. Jim's decided to break his Focus for scrap.
Not one of my best buys, it has to be said. Sir, and this is the motor. It drives superb. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever, apart from one small problem.
Go on.
Back seal, it's got 3 massive holes in it. But talk about price, this is what we've got to come down to.
The only thing, whenever people bring cars down like this, I normally give like 100 quid for them at the gate.
Really?
Yeah.
100 quid?
How much do you want for it? Go on.
I want 350 quid.
No, you're mad.
It's a blinding car for that.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Come on.
It's going to be 150, something like that.
No. I'll tell you what, how about 250?
No. I'll give a tour for it then, 200 quid.
200
That's best it can be, because I'm only going to break it, aren't I?
200 quid. You got a deal, mate.
All right, OK.
Cheers, buddy.
All right, mate.
Sorted. See you later, Ford Focus, eh? What a waste of money that was.
There you go. Some you win, some you lose.
And I've bloody lost on this one, I tell you.
If Jim is to get back in the black, he needs to make a sizable return on his taxi. He's found someone who's interested. It's a taxi enthusiast. But Jim is years behind Scott with his sales patter.
So you know what you're looking for.
Oh, absolutely. It's got loads of scuffs on the bottom here, mate.
It's got a few scuffs on the bottom, but I'll tell you what, you won't see that in the dark, will you?
Big crack in that bumper there.
Bit of a crack in the bumper, but you know, a bit
I'd
of
have to replace
fiberglass.
that. To be honest with you, it's not as good condition as I thought it was.
Really?
No. Not saying that I won't have it.
Oh, I'm not being funny, mate, but it's like, you know, these are little minor bits, you know. Some of the scratches around there, obviously there is scratches, but not like indented in the paint. It's like surface scratches.
I won't pay 18.
That might be a problem.
Well, I'm thinking more 16.
You know what I'm thinking? More 18.
When push comes to shove, Jim can give as good as he gets.
This has had a respray. You know, it's not like, this is one former owner from new. So whoever's had this has looked after it. You know, it is in good nick for the year.
Can you meet me in the middle? 17?
I can't. I really can't. I really need 1,800 on this.
Go on, hold your hand out. I'll take it for 18.
18?
Yeah, go on.
Deal.
Deal.
He's dead chuffed with that vehicle, and I'm dead chuffed with that profit.
650, your car, sir, thank you.
After forking out over £750 with auction fees, Scott sold his Corsa for £1,000,
Can get a small little wardrobe in there, you see.
making a profit of almost 250 quid.
I'm happy with it.
After scrapping his Focus, Jim made a loss of 180 quid.
I hate losing money.
But he more than made up for that with the return on his Taxi, which sold for 1,800.
Happy days.
Meaning he walks away with an overall profit of over 850 quid. Auctions. You won't win every time, but as long as your wins outweigh your losses, you can stay in the game. Fortune favours the brave.